Hello everybody, it's Vertical Sandwich. You can see that I'm actually doing backup recordings as well, using the actual PlayStation. So, our first non-deathless is by the sea. So, let's... Wait, our first deathless, not our first non-deathless. Our first non-deathless was this level the first time we played it. Now there really isn't anything, like, really, the key for the only thing for this level is the kite and avoiding crabs. That's all you got going, really. So this was actually this was the first level I attempted to record for post commentary, and I got it right away. And then it was 4 more videos full of failures. And then a couple in a row. And then another, I don't know, let's see. 3 more videos of failures. And then another 4 more videos of failures. Because failures happen. I forgot what I had to do. So yeah, like I said, there's not a lot we're gonna have to do here. That's out of the ordinary. I mean, the kite responds pretty well to our controls. It's slow to respond, so you can't make any quick jerking movements. But it's also right away in the level, so you can always just restart level. That's what I spent a lot of time doing, is just restarting every time I hit a death. So. And there you go. I actually thought I had messed it up there. But you probably aren't meant to hit the top. Although maybe you are. Maybe hitting the top is not an issue. So I did, like, some of the later levels will actually have to talk about technique, because some of them actually have some pretty die-hard, like, some pretty counterintuitive things that will help you a lot. Right now, I am working on the, how much is too much, the level with the crazy machine that tries to kill you over and over. It does a good job. It's very good at killing people. I don't know how we survived that. The crabs are actually pretty forgiving if you don't stand on them and stay there. I don't know if that was my smartest move ever, but it worked. Because I think I mean, I haven't, there's only one level have I ever skipped a spool. And we'll see it, actually. We'll see it in one of the Deathless runs, that I accidentally skipped a spool in a way that is definitely not intended. And I just went with it, because going back to get the spool would have risked, you know, would have put me at risk of dying. So yeah, I mean, if you see a spool, you're pretty much required to pick it up. Some of them, though, like, in a case like this, it seems like the addition of the spool is kind of a pain. And maybe it has something to do with... Maybe the whole process has something to do with the way levels are built, right? So if you make the previous spool longer, maybe you can go up over the top of this bridge. I don't particularly know. All I know is going back around and then coming back on top really seems like a waste of yarn. So yeah, if we hadn't been trying over and over to get the secret in the trees in this level, I don't think we would have had an issue with not dying. I mean, the tide in this level is also very forgiving, as long as you kind of have your yarn and you're ready to hold the left trigger so that you can pull yourself up your own string. You know, later levels will have, you know, instant death kind of hazards. But water is not one of those. It's so weird the way the crabs work in this game. Because they can kill you. I have been killed by crabs, I promise. It's funny when you, like, when I'm watching this in post-commentary, it's funny to watch me pause and work out puzzles really quick and go like, oh yeah, I gotta do that. Yeah, I've actually died to this particular crab. He will kill you if you don't wait for him to run under the rock. Alright, I did have a little trouble with this puzzle that I was not used to, so... So some of these as we'll go along. This puzzle looks a little rusty, right? Because I hadn't played this for a long time. And then I got it on my first try, so I'm figuring out things as I go. Later, you'll see puzzles where I'm a lot more confident, and the reason is I've played them 8 times and failed 8 times, and I've just, you know, gotten used to what's coming up. So ironically, the harder the puzzles get, the better they'll look when I get my actual success. Now, this should pop this up over this bar. I don't think that's the intended way it's supposed to work. But it didn't. And I was like, oh, what do I do now? Like... And then it kept popping it up into me. So then I was keeping it from getting up there. And I was like, oh, this is obnoxious. Like... And there we go. Then we got it. Because I think you might be meant to push it all the way over to the right and put a lower yarn bridge that it goes up on top of, and then push it over to that, and then make the, untie the yarn bridge. Which is quite a puzzle, I guess, but this is way easier. So there is one point in this level that I worry about, consistently worry about. It took me a second to figure out what I was supposed to do here, too. Was I, like, supposed to just pull this up? Which, by the way, if you're trying to pull on things, hold the left trigger, not the right. Because the right will do what it's doing right now and let out a little stuff. But if you hold the left one, it'll just hold on. So yeah, I forgot. That's what we have to do. And then we get up here. And trap him. If nobody figures it out, that crab's gonna die in that trap. I mean... I suppose somebody will come and pick it up eventually and be like, oh, there's a crab in this trap. Alright, so that's fun. But it's this next part with like 4 crabs or whatever that terrifies me. Consistently terrifies me. Because my strategy is always this. My strategy is always try to lure the crabs over. And then try to get past like the one that won't come. And I actually didn't see the 4th one, or the one that was all the way over there, when I decided to do this. I thought I was dead. So look, we just climb over him and ran. And it worked. I don't know how that works. But that area terrifies me every time. So now the level's free, right? It's all just the boat and things like that. You'd almost have to try to die in this section. I mean, suppose you fall in the water. If you fell in the water, you would die. And you probably don't have to try very hard to do that. So I take back what I was saying. Alright, so this is like, once we get this done, that's like 4 down, and I think 8 to go. And I didn't remember which one of these I have to do. You gotta pull the cord, of course you do. That's how you would start any motor. I don't know why it gave me so much trouble. And there we go. So, that's by the sea, and when we come back, we'll be doing whatever the next level is. I mean, we'll see if it pops us out by the picture frame, or if it pops us out by the... I think if we get something new, like a Deathless run, I think it puts us by the picture frame so we get to see the gold crown that's been added. And if we don't do that, then what happens is we end up at the photo album. I think. Oh no, photo album it is. Alright, so yeah, when we come back, another Deathless level attempt. Actually, I think the next thing is Barry Meyer without mosquitoes, without swatting mosquitoes. Bye, everybody.